When you consume sugar, sugar is broken down into glucose, which your cells require for several purposes. Fruits, vegetables, baked items, and sweet drinks contain it. Yes, sugar is in vegetables, therefore it's not harmful. However, too much sugar can harm your body, health, and weight. In today's video, I'll explain sugar's effects step by step using all the scientific data. The process begins when sugar touches your tongue. It passes through a complex digestion and absorption process immediately, giving your cells the energy they need. Saliva enzymes break down sugar molecules into smaller ones. Amylases disrupt the chemical bonds between glucose and fructose molecules in sucrose to transform it into simple sugars. Sugar then mixes with gastric fluids and enzymes in your stomach. Enzymes split sugar molecules from other food and beverage components. Sugar then passes from the stomach to the small intestine. This is where most absorption occurs. Sugar is further broken down by enzymes and taken into the bloodstream. Glucose enters the bloodstream quickly, while fructose is metabolized in the liver. Once glucose enters your bloodstream, it's delivered to cells to fuel muscular contraction, brain function, hormone production, and enzyme production. Unfortunately, like fructose and other sugars, if you eat more glucose than your body requires, it will be turned into glycogen and stored in your liver and muscles because your body doesn't need it. When needed, your body can use this glycogen for energy. That's fantastic because throughout human development, we've had to endure lengthy periods without eating, and stored glycogen and body fat operate as energy reserves. If your body has maxed its glycogen storage capacity, surplus glucose is turned into fat and stored in adipose tissue. Once you reach a calorie surplus, extra fat can cause weight gain and obesity. Another noticeable effect of sugar in your system is higher blood sugar. This releases insulin, a pancreatic hormone that regulates blood sugar. It does this by taking glucose from your bloodstream and directing it to your cells for immediate energy. That's beneficial since hyperglycemia, or high blood glucose, can damage the heart and increase inflammation. However, too much sugar might impair insulin synthesis and responsiveness. Overeating sugar can force the pancreas to work harder to excrete insulin, causing insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and cardiovascular disease are connected to insulin resistance. As I mentioned, insulin resistance forces your pancreas to work harder to create more insulin, which can lead to pancreatic burnout and type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a chronic illness that causes high blood sugar due to insulin resistance and insulin low production. Over 6% of the world's population, 462 million, has type 2 diabetes. Because people are more obese and consume unhealthy than ever, this number will undoubtedly rise in the future decades. Fructose, prevalent in many processed foods and beverages, is responsible for the insulin-lowering effects of too much sugar. Fructose is metabolized by the liver, unlike glucose, which most cells can do. Large levels of fructose can overwhelm the liver's metabolization, producing uric acid and free radicals. These metabolites can worsen insulin resistance, inflammation, and other health issues. These effects of high sugar intake don't just relate to processed sugars like those in sugary drinks, ice cream, cookies, cakes, and candies. Honey and fruit juices include natural sugars that can have comparable effects in large amounts. Unprocessed meals like fruit include significant fiber, which slows sugar absorption. However, juicing breaks down fibers, so fruit liquids like orange juice still cause a quick surge in blood sugar and insulin levels. That's why whole fruits are preferable than juiced. Blending fruits instead of juicing preserves most of their fiber. Let's examine how sugar affects your brain and mood now that we know how it affects blood sugar and insulin. Effects might be substantial for many reasons. First, sugar triggers the brain's reward center. It releases neurotransmitters including dopamine and serotonin, which regulate mood and pleasure. However, like alcohol and narcotics, too much sugar can cause a negative brain feedback loop and lower your mood. As you may have heard, a sugar crash occurs when your blood sugar levels rise and then plummet. This might cause weariness, irritation, and concentration issues. Additionally, too much sugar can cause persistent brain inflammation, which may explain why sadness, anxiety, and dementia are linked to sugar. Brain inflammation causes oxidative stress, which damages cells and accelerates aging. This is one reason sugary diets may cause dementia. But that's not all. The hippocampus, a memory center, is similarly affected by sugar.